Hey guys, it's Will from Potato Strong. I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm down 30 pounds today officially since July 1st, 2013. So I'm here to help you, inspire you, show you what I eat. And there's other people who may be already there or even better results. And so it's just a way of sharing, common interests with each other, a community of, plant-based people. Um, I've got a graph that I've showed a couple times now, and there's been a couple of ups and downs, but I've been pretty consistent as far as what I eat. And the last month or so, I've been generally at at a certain weight, a plateau, I guess you'd call it. But I've been doing this. I'm 44 now, and I've been eating, standard American diet, or vegetarian, even a lot of times too. And it's been quite a few years, decades of doing this. So I'm in it for the long haul. So, you can be tempted if you're a week stuck at a plateau or whatever. You could start trying to do things, adjust things. But I'm just keeping this going because I want it to be sustainable. So say you did something, you started doing some crazy exercise, or you really cut back on certain foods. Are you going to be able to do that for your whole life? You might be able to, but in my case, there's certain things that I still want to eat. So like I've got corn tortillas. Now those are, because they're flour-based products. You could say, well, you shouldn't eat if you, like McDougall has this maximum weight loss idea where you cut back on some of the flours. So that's bread, breads and flour-based products, pizza, stuff like that, bread. So, but I still want to have, occasional pizza and occasional bread and stuff like that. It's not like I do it every day, but you could also reduce starches. As you know, I eat a ton of baked fries and rice and stuff like that, and I don't really want to reduce those because it keeps me satiated for many hours. If I start, you can cut back on that. It's a suggestion to people to make, half your plate starches and then the other half vegetables. But they give these guidelines, but they're not really watching people 24/7. So like when people have trouble, I'm like, well, maybe there's restaurant visits where you can't always control what you're going to get. Family functions where there might be stuff eaten. I think there's a lot of other things that should be looked at prior to cutting back, say, on starches. There's lots of other things that could be looked at. And so anyways, the other thing is, the scale is not the best thing to be using, but it does give you a basic idea. I was 206 and now I'm 176, so the scale is definitely showing that, right? And you can see it physically. Some people could say, well, just look at yourself and you notice the differences, and that's true. But it's just a one tool in many different things that you can use. The other thing is when you do a little bit of, say, body weight exercises like push-ups and chin-ups or something like that, you might gain a bit of muscle. So that's going to be you're going to gain some weight on the scale, let's say, from doing that. And I recently went off coffee, so they say caffeine's a diuretic, so maybe you start to hold in some water. So there was a few points in the graph where it spiked, and I have a few explanations for why that might have happened, but things are going to go up and down a little bit. We all want to see the scale go down, but there are a few things that can cause it to stabilize. You could be, but generally speaking, I still think that you want to see the scale go down. And, I'm getting close to a normal or ideal weight, whatever you want to call it. So, it's going to be slow. There's people that have been doing this for years and decades. And so You got to be patient and just be in it for the long haul. And there's people that, I know people that lost more weight than me. If you have a lot of extra weight, you can really lose weight quickly. So it's all relative to your own experience. You might have lost less weight. You might have lost more weight. It's all relative. So for me, it looked like in the graph that there was a sharp drop at first for probably a couple of months. That's when I took off that extra bulk of fat. Then there was a second slope. It was a bit flatter, and that's been going. And then there's a few ups and downs, and things are gonna flatten out quite a bit now. And so then you think, okay, maybe it's time to start setting some other goals, like not just maintaining or getting to a certain weight, but it might be physical goals, like doing something like with doing more push-ups or being able to walk a certain amount, or just setting different goals that way, because you've got that goal initially to get to a certain. That's what happens typically with this cycling, is you want to get to a weight. Now for me, it's been 10 months. I'm totally sold on this lifestyle and totally committed to it. And I've never been this lean as I can remember, as far back as I can remember. So, but yeah, something to think about if you start to get to where you want to be, setting other goals for yourself just to keep you motivated. But, doing it for this long, I feel that I've set patterns of behavior and changed the way I eat and removed stuff from the house. So I don't really see things changing very much. So, all right, guys. Anyways, I'm happy about this, and hopefully you guys can get similar results by eating the things that I share as far as the recipes go. And let me know how it goes. I really enjoy chatting with all you guys, and hopefully one day we'll be able to get together somewhere and meet you guys in person. So we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.